make the YSU app, you know, the place for everyone to go to access their new Y-Card portal. So to give you an idea of what the new cards will look like, I've just provided two of our designs here, which is the student design. Doesn't Pete look nice with his student ID, new student ID here? And then obviously he's a faculty staff member as well, so he has to have both. So we have the two new looks here, you know, and thank you, shout out to, you know, marketing team and the graphics team here in Coe College Center. They did a fabulous job with these designs, and I think they're really sharp. And, you know, never know, we may win an award on our ID design. Who knows? I think they're pretty sweet. So I just wanted to introduce that to everyone on the call today. So I did a screenshot of my phone here. Well, not a screenshot. I did like a, you know, a video of me going in. So what I basically did was, you know, logged into my YSU ID. And I just kind of give you an idea of what it's like to go in here and access your virtual ID right on the YSU app. So if you go in your YSU app, you can try this on your own right now if you want. You should be able to see everything right there. So there's a tile under student, I think it's under student services it's called. So you go to your Y-Card tile, and then you're gonna click on your virtual ID, and then you should only have to sign in once. You know, when you auto populate, whatever that may be. But then when you go in this again, you should be able to see your virtual ID there. And then if you tap the screen, you'll see a barcode that you can use for, like, let's say you have Pete's points and you want to use them off campus. You can do contactless payment with your virtual ID. We're working on getting that working in the library. I think, you know, we had a successful test with that in the library where you can use your virtual ID and it does work. And we're also working on getting that in the rec center so that when you go to the rec, you can just bring your phone and use your virtual ID to enter into the rec. Also, if you have a meal plan or Pete's points, you can use this at your off-campus locations. And then we're working on getting barcode scanners at all the Chartwell's locations so you can use them there as well. So just to give you an idea of, you know, what life is going to be like with our new virtual ID, and you know, just give you a quick snapshot of that. So you can also access this through your My Portal. If you go into your Penguin portal, they're under student services. There is a place called Y-Card. Under there, I think it's like the very last one. It's under student services and faculty services. So you can manage your card there as well. You can add funds, look at your virtual ID, and submit a photo. You know, if you already have a photo, unless you're getting a new one, we will not accept new photos, but that's just, you know, just to let you guys know that we're really trying to only accept the photos through this new portal, as opposed to having students come in just to minimize contact. Does anybody have any questions?
It looks really great, Michael. Thanks.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks
we
nice.
had a lot of help from a lot of people, so it better look great.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. All right, well, thanks for watching. How do I unshare? Stop sharing. One of these is stop sharing.
Oh, I was able to
you.
stop it for you. No problem.
Appreciate that.
Great. So any, I guess, other questions or sort of comments or feedback for me while we're on the line? Is there anything that anyone is looking to do and perhaps isn't sure how? Let me know. Otherwise, you can always connect with me directly on email as well. Cool. A lot of positive feedback for the ID, Michael.
It's exciting, yes. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Carrie, what was the timeline like for the verified accounts?
Great question. Let me just pull up this again. I only found this all out on Thursday myself, so it's not embedded in my mind yet.
Yeah, no worries.
Great question. So it looks like a pretty wide window.
Okay.
So I'm going to get some more information. I'm imagining this usually says there's kind of a V1 and a V2. So let me get a more specific timeline on that for you, Erin, and I'll let you know via email.
That would be great. Thank you. And I think that is a really nice addition.
Yeah, I think for a large school, especially when there's a lot of voices, and some campuses have actually said, no, we like flying under the radar as administrators, and others have kind of been asking once a week for this. So I think I'm sure there'll be a button, sort of something in Campus Cloud, allowing you to turn on your verification if you wish. So.
Yeah, I would think especially at this time when orientation is all being done remotely, students are getting to see some faces and start recognizing names yet of some other folks, because it's a relatively narrow track of people that are interacting with our first year students especially. So I think the ability to really say, yes, I can be recognized as a knowledgeable person and a trustworthy source on this will be really helpful for us.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree.
I have a question about the Y card. Does anyone know that's on this call if admissions is going to require it to be done as soon as they're admitted, or will the departments have to, because I have all online students, and Michael knows me very well that it's a pain when I have to get their cards because they're nursing students, they have to have them as an ID. So will it be automatically done, or will we have to, tell the students to do it?
I am also, so there's a lot of, campus-wide information that I need to send out. I'm working on that right now with Kathy, and what those areas decide to do with that information, is sort of up to them. I do think it's a great idea for them, to maybe send that out as they are admitted, if they would like to have that instant gratification as, feeling accepted to the university, to have this virtual ID, to submit a photo, because, I had signed up for the MBA and the online MBA, and, there's really none of that piece where that you feel that sense of belonging with the university where you have an ID, because, we don't send out physical IDs to people. It's not really something that
Right.
we have ever had to do. Since we have these new AOPs, I definitely think utilizing that virtual ID piece to give them that sense of, belonging to the university and have that, kind of tangible piece is something special. But I think I did have a student recently reach out to me who needed it, the physical ID. And I said, I know, things are a little different now. And if you could use that virtual ID and if that's acceptable, we would prefer you to do that than sending you a physical ID via mail, just because it's so, it's not secure really. So
there'll never be like an actual physical ID then, because that's what they need to wear it as a badge.
Yeah, I mean, I think special use cases like you guys have, where it's a badge where we sort of take the ability of it being used for anything kind of away, like the mag stripe, you're basically just printing badges, which is a little different than having, things encoded on the card, if that makes sense.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not sure how that's being conveyed through the graduate level through these online programs. So I know that orientation, I gave them, the pieces, and then they implemented that when they got, oriented. And I've been receiving a ton of photo ID submissions through that way. And then I've also given the information to the College Credit Plus population, and who takes charge of that. And they have implemented that into their orientation piece as well. So I'm not sure who's in charge of orienting AOP students, but I would love to send them that information and then have that go to whoever that is. I'm just not sure who that is, I guess.
Yeah, I think it may be individual per department.
Gotcha. Like I said, I mean, I have the information to send out to, you know, who needs it. I'm just not sure who is sending that out, I guess. You know, I think my communication when I was applying for the master's program for the MBA, you know, I sort of emailed back and forth with the advisor a little bit, but, you know, it was more so like, you're accepted, and then that was it. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There wasn't really an orientation piece to it, I guess, like, oh, welcome to this. So yeah, I don't know
Well,
what
it's a
that
work in
looks like.
progress, I guess.
Yeah. So, and I think I sent you that information. So for them to submit their IDs and stuff.
Yes.
Photo IDs, yeah. Sorry, I can't help more.
Any other questions or comments? I'm happy to keep my Zoom link open if folks want to share ideas amongst themselves. Otherwise, I can let you go.
Appreciate it, Terry. Thanks for sharing all this new fun news. And
no problem. What I'll do is I'll send Joy both of those the product roadmap as well as the contact tracing documentation. If anyone has questions about either of those things or just anything, really feel free to reach out, because I think sometimes it can take a bit for the ideas to kind of settle in before you think about how these things might impact your own department. So please know I'm just at the end of an email. Cool, and great work, Michael, with the card. It looks awesome.
thanks, Terry.
Excellent. Well, I'll let everyone get on with their morning. I started recording pretty much when you spoke, Michael, so I'll send what I do have of the recording over to Joy. And thanks, Heather, for joining us. And
Hey, Terry?
Yes.
I'm sorry, this is Maureen. Joy wanted me to give an update on the new app and our testing. So I just want to let you know that we still are not testing the app. We don't have the connection to Oracle right now. We still have people are working on it, and I guess there's some trouble on the Oracle side from what I'm hearing. And the other piece is the training teachers with Blackboard to put their announcements and assignments in the correct place. And with that being said, would you have time tomorrow to meet with our Blackboard team to discuss where that has to go in Blackboard so that the API picks it up? I know Dave, I would work with him on that, but I don't think he's with your company anymore.
Okay, so that would be an Anuraj. You would need Anuraj for that meeting. So Maureen, I'll connect with you over email after this meeting, and we'll find a time with Anuraj, hopefully for tomorrow.
That'd be great. Thank you.
I'll send you an email straight after this.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Great. Well, if there's nothing else, I will call this Zoom meeting to a close. Anything else? No other comments. Okay, everyone. Well, wishing you a great Monday, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks, everyone.